Just off the shores of Lake Erie, we are at First Energy Stadium in a city aptly named after its founder, Moses Cleveland, way back in 1796. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Pittsburgh Steelers and the Cleveland Browns. Mayfield going to lead the Browns up now, 1st and 10. They'll run for the first time with Johnson. And he'll get this one up to the 26. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20. Because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored gives yourself you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout. And that means your offense has to keep pace.
And he rifles it complete, caught by Landry. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. And that one results in 35 yards. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. A first down carry here for Johnson. And he's going to have just a couple here with a marker on the field as well. Can see this quite a bit on running plays with the guys out wide. A lot of times, though, doesn't get caught.
You're exactly right, because it's away from the play usually, so a lot of it goes undetected. But I know this will surprise you. I coached some receivers in the offseason. We worked a lot on hand placement and blocking downfield. Might want to take that course.
Throwing over the middle, and it's incomplete.
Brandon, it looked like he had his hands on it for a moment, but let's face it, that was going to be a tough catch all the way because of the presence of the defense right there as he was trying to haul it in.
Yeah, nice job to force the incompletion. So they'll come up after the incompletion for 2nd down. From the shotgun, it's Mayfield. And an alley to run. And this time not quite to the 30. It'll be down at the 31-yard line. Good yardage there on the scramble, and all of a sudden they're left with a 3rd and 2, much more manageable. Mayfield on 3rd and 2. He's got his tight end in Njoku. 50 catches for him now on the year, and he's got a first down. Nice job keeping that opening drive alive, and they're in plus territory, that part of the field where you really want to convert on 3rd down. They did.
Big-time pickup for them, and now I think the aggressive play callers think to themselves, this part of the field, I take my shot at the end zone, because the closer you get to the end zone, the field gets condensed. Makes it a lot tougher to run those routes. You still got a chance to actually run past people right now. Take your shot at the end zone early in the down and distance count.
Now a throw to the end zone on 1st down, but it winds up incomplete. Once again, they'll go from the 23-yard line on 2nd and 10. They go back to the ground with Johnson. And able to get about 3 as he's taken down right at the 20.
Well, I think that's what they're going to need to do here in the first half. You've got to take some pressure off of this young quarterback, and no better way to do it than to establish the running game early.
On 3rd down, Mayfield. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete. That's already the 3rd time they've looked his way on this opening drive. He's caught 1 of the 3.
That doesn't mean they won't continue to go in that direction. It feels like they think they've got something good going there, and they think those numbers are going to increase.
And there is nothing easy about being a kicker on a day like this.
Yeah, I tell you, not only is the footing tough in the snow, but kicking that ball is like kicking a rock. Very difficult to get any sort of feel on your kicks.
Now a carry for the former Michigan State man, Le'Veon Bell. And right away, he lost the football. And I think the Browns got it. They did.
Whenever we call a game that's in the snow, we have to focus a little bit more, trying to make sure we've got the right numbers on players that we're calling, right? The right guys in the game. Think about the guys on the field. Their focus has to really increase as well because so many things coming at you. You got to make sure that you're really locked in on taking care of the ball.
Or if you don't, you cough it up like they did right there.
Good. Here we go, 46.
Prescott now after the fumble recovery. Goes underneath for Bell. And he's going to lose yards. They take him down at the 26. He lost 2 there, and it's 3rd down. And never good on a pass completion there to go the wrong way. Lost yardage.
No, for some reason it seems to work better when you throw it downfield or you can move the ball downfield running it that way, doesn't it? But in this case, if you're the defensive guys, you're energized, executed well, and you caused a lost yardage play. That's going to feel good and look great in film.
The last catch took him 2 yards in the wrong direction, so now what can they do on 3rd?
46.
Out of the gun, here's Prescott. And he will find his man. That's Hogan complete. And they work this well upfield across the 45. And they convert on 3rd with a gain of 22.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
Hey, we're going right there. 26.
Now a first down carry by Bell. And he'll be brought down right at midfield after a gain of only a couple.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
The former second-round pick, this is Joe Mixon. And he's going to take this across the 50 into Browns territory. 4 yards on the pickup there as it'll leave him with a 3rd and about 4 more for a first. Prescott from the gun. And they're going to get him. He's taken down for a sack back at the 47-yard line. Myles Garrett in there to get him for sack number 9 now on the year. And he gets this away. And look at this. This is a good one. And now the Browns coming out on the field. And they had compiled a pretty long drive last time. Unfortunately, though, it ended with no points after the missed field goal.
And that can hurt the psyche of a team because as they drove downfield, you know you're never supposed to count points in your mind until they go up on the board. But let's face it, we've been there. We've seen teams before. They were counting on those points. They didn't get them. Can they come back now, start over again, and grind it out?
Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1. Second down, Mayfield. Out to the flat. That's complete to his running back. And bulldozing his way through. A good pickup there at 22. Just the first quarter, but tackling going to be so important going forward. They've got to limit plays like that.
And that's something when you see it happen early in the game and they don't get him on the ground, you can always tell that they were concerned about it going in. Because I can just tell you from my days, I remember being in college and worrying all off-season about our season open opponent, and they had a receiver that could shake and bake with the best of them. I tackled him on the first pass of the game, and the relief was incredible. Ended up having a pretty decent ball game. But if I had missed him, it would have been a different story. Long night.
That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. They'll hand it off now. Johnson. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. And now timeout is whistled as it appears there's a Brown shaken up on the play. While the trainers take a look, we'll step aside. third and short yardage. Mayfield. Finding Gabriel, complete. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. First catch for him on the afternoon, and it results in a first down. He's such a good route runner. Shows it there on third down. Very proficient and a good pass.
And you know what I've observed over the years in the NFL? The better a route runner you are, the more confidence your guy's going to have in you to go to you in important times because he can trust you being in the right spot, and they connected there and picked up a first down.
The linebacker Ryan Shazier there to make the tackle. The rush defense stout on first down. Here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. Now a second down throw for Mayfield. Out to the flat for Hyde. And they're able to get this one past the 30 down to the 25. The Browns passing game finding its stride. They've got another first down.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
Back with Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. The Browns with a football to begin quarter number 2, but they face a second and long to start things out. Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11. Mayfield now on 2nd down. And this is incomplete.
The effort's always going to be there. Everyone's always going to try and make a catch, but underthrown balls, I think, are the toughest ones to come back and get because usually your momentum's going in the opposite direction when you're trying to stop, break, and come back and get it.
The Browns on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 11. From the gun, Mayfield. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
So the field goal there caps what winds up to be an 11-play drive.
Well, partner, that's a lot of offense to run there to only get 3 points. I just wonder, are they going to recycle those plays because they were successful in getting 3? Or do you go to another section of the playbook trying to find ones that get you into the end zone and get you 6?
And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. And it's been a rocky start for them thus far. They had the turnover and then the punt on those first 2 drives.
So there is optimism because they've improved, right? And turnover, you just noted it on the first drive.
Punt's better than the turnover.
The punt is better on the second one. Now they're hoping to turn into first downs and hopefully points.
And he's got some space here. That's a good chunk of yardage. It's going to be canceled out.
And we always talk about hidden yardage in a game. That's going to count as that because now it doesn't go on the books, but now they have to make that up again, don't they?
They're backed up here with a 1st and 20 now after the holding penalty. After the penalty, it's Mixon. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
Well, you had the punt on your first drive, and on the first play of the second drive, you end up going backwards. I would dare say they need something good to happen right here, right now.
You go 46. 26.
A 2nd down throw for Prescott. Caught here by Bell. And he'll be corralled well upfield right around the 40-yard line. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
And this is why trying to cover the angle route is so difficult. Anyone playing the linebacker position, when they see a running back out of the backfield widen, because he heads towards the flat first, oftentimes you widen too much and overcommit. He cuts up inside, and this is what we saw there. A nice pickup for a first down.
And he's taken down. This will be a Brown sack. Emmanuel Ogbah in there to get him for sack number 9 now on the year. Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on 2nd down.
46. 26.
From the shotgun, it's Prescott. And And this one caught by Dez Bryant. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. A really nice gain of 25 yards. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
Here we go, 46. Here we go, 46. 26.
A first down throw for Prescott. And that is caught on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. The throw took him a little too far. It's 2nd down.
Well, already seen him catch a few passes out of the backfield in the first half. Unable to connect on that one.
Certainly seems like getting him the ball out of the passing game, though, is part of their game plan.
It certainly is because he catches it well, creates a mismatch. You're going to cover him with a linebacker, a corner, a safety. They feel like he can win every battle.
On 2nd down, it's Bell. Looking for a cutback lane, but nothing there as he's met at the line of scrimmage. No gain on that one as it brings up a 3rd and 10. On 3rd down, it's Prescott. Escaping the pressure right. And he's going to get it down to the 33-yard line here. Give him 8 yards that time on the scramble, and now 4th down.
That was a good effort there, trying to do it on his own. But as a defender, you're in a tough spot because you have coverage responsibilities behind you. And if you take off too quick to try and get him down, he might loft it over your head.
So better to track with your man defensively than try to go up and make a stop on the quarterback.
Exactly right. What you're hoping is that your guys in the front 7 can get him down. Mayfield
going to lead the Browns up now, 1st and 10. Mayfield on 1st down. He's going to air one out. It's caught inside the 25. A big play that time for Cleveland. 42 yards.
That's a big-time pitch and catch right there. And, partner, I remember the days when quarterbacks would try this. They were holding their breath. But nowadays, they're counting on their receiver to be just a little bit better than the defensive back when it's one-on-one and the ball's in the air like that.
It's big Vince Williams who made the tackle. You mentioned very early on the need to establish a running game for this young QB. They really haven't been able to do that, though, in the first half.
So that means what in halftime? Adjustments time, right? Figure out what they are, figure out the things that they really want to accomplish, and who to run behind. Which are your better blockers? Find those guys and get in that direction.
Back-to-back stops make it 3rd and 10. Off the corner. Where'd he come from? Well, I guess he came off the corner, but really nice play.
I like when you're able to pose a question and answer it at the same time. That's exactly where he came from, but it's not something that you normally see. Most of the time, we're thinking about those guys covering pass catchers. In this case, he was a big factor in the run game. No gain.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Stephon Tuitt, the former Notre Dame man, in there to get him, and that's sack number 8 for him on the year. And Gonzalez puts this one through, and that will double their lead as it's up to 6. So a good kick there, and they put the bow tie on it with 3 points.
And let's face it, everybody wants a touchdown. We know that. But in the NFL, defenses are awfully good. You're not going to score each and every time. Be able to knock the ball through the post and take the 3.
By the way, I said bow tie. I meant just bow. Not the tie, but yeah.
Either way.
You got it.
I just went right past it.
They'll start out on the ground with Bell. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Solid way to start the drive. 13 yards, picking up the first.
Boy, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral. Also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
And they'll keep it on the ground with Bell. And he takes this up right near the 45-yard line. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3. 2 minutes remain here in the first half. More from Cleveland after this. On second down, here's Mixon. And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. Only 3 there on the pickup, but that's enough to move the chains.
So many teams want to throw the ball in this situation nowadays, but I love watching a team that has enough confidence to go ahead and run the football in that situation. That's almost a tendency breaker.
A give to Bell. And he's going to take this across the 50 into Browns territory. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. 5 yards on the pickup, and that'll bring up a 3rd and 1.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
They'll try and run for it with Bell. And he will have a first down as they get him to the ground at the 37. 5 yards on the play there as the drive will continue.
Brandon, what were they thinking on defense there? They looked like they were playing for the pass. That was 3rd and short. Yeah, it was an easy pickup because they handed it to him. That was way too easy.
Just looked like absolute confusion defensively. Not sure why they were in that set.
Yeah, I'd say you ought to have a few men in the box there.
Running game working. They'll stick with it on first down. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense, as they'll stop it with 25 seconds to go here in half number 1. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's able to get it down to the 25-yard line. And now before this first down play, we're going to get a timeout here, as the clock will stop with 20 seconds to go in the first half. All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10. First down, Prescott. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked up by the linebacker, Joe Schobert. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half. Following the interception, Mayfield. And he's got the hook up to Landry. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. And that hits off the left upright, and it caroms away no good. And this score will stay right where it is. And no mistaking that sound. It reverberated through the whole stadium.
And it's the sound, Brandon, no kicker wants to hear. It looked like he had it on target the whole way, but the upright said,
They'll start the drive with a carry by Bell. And he's going to be taken down here, as that will lead us to the end of the first half of play. So a couple of field goals, that's all we've been able to muster through 2 quarters of play. 6-0 is our count at the break. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Steeler offense now with a football first here to begin the 3rd quarter. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Typically, what they're doing is emphasizing the things that went well in the first half and wanting more of that. Sure, you've got to go over some of the errors and clean up some things because there's a reason you're down. But overall, I think they want to stay positive, stay up with this team. We're just starting the second half, and we've got the football. Let's go ahead and punch it in, and then we'll take it from there.
See how that recipe works. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. They keep it on the ground. This time it's Nixon. And very little room to maneuver. He'll get this down to about the 39. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat? And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is at well over 300 pounds. He's a big man. Down, and nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Tackle made there by Myles Garrett. And he got off the end there very quickly to make that play.
Yeah, it was almost like the bullet train, wasn't it? I mean, just zoom, quick, quick, quick. And what a terrific play, holding them to no gain.
Here we go, 46. 26.
Prescott from the gun on 3rd. Over the middle, that's caught by Hogan. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. That one good for 14 yards and a Steeler first. Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. And they'll try the ground game here with the running back. And a pretty big hole as he's down to about the 40. Just what you want on a first down run. Call it 8 yards, and it's 2nd and 2.
So much of the game today, we're looking for hybrid players, guys who can do a combination of jobs. And anyone who plays a strong safety position, now more than ever, is a hybrid-type player. Half defensive back that covers passes and half linebacker that makes tackles. We just saw the linebacker make that play.
Back to the ground, this time with Bell. And this time not quite to the 30. It'll be down at the 31-yard line. It's a 9-yard gain, and it keeps the drive moving.
Yeah, once more, strong running, excellent blocking at the point of attack. They've got a nice little drive brewing right here.
Going to 53.
Nixon with a first down carry. And he's going to get this one down to the 30. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
The give is to Bell. They'll lose a yard, and it brings up 3rd.
Brandon, that play typifies what we've seen from the offense all day long. They've had no success getting things going. I think for the offensive coordinator, he's got to go to that side of the play sheet that says, try something different. Try some specials, something they haven't seen all day to try and get this offense kick-started.
Now Prescott. And an alley to run. And they'll get this one down to about the 20-yard line. A Steeler first down on the pickup of 11 yards.
Someone knew exactly where he needed to get to pick up that first down now. I'm not so sure about the technique in getting there, but he went for it, and he got it.
Exactly. He knew where he needed to get, because remember, if he slides, when that derriere dips, if you will, that play's over.
The derriere dips, I like that one.
Yeah, been working on it for a little bit.
Now Bell, and he'll get this one down to about the 17. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Well, praise has to go to the guys on the offensive line because they've had a very nice, productive day running the football. How about that poor defensive line? They've been knocked around the entire game, and while they slowed them down on that run, can they continue to do so? Because they haven't had much success throughout this ball game.
Again, it's Bell. No gain on the play, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down.
Sometimes play calls boil down to philosophy. You know you're facing one of the top 10 units against the run in the NFL. So do you decide to keep smashing against them, or do you decide to throw the ball here?
Prescott to throw it. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on third down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. Third down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
So he missed that field goal earlier, but he says not this time. Able to knock it through, give his guys 3.
I like his poise. I like his confidence, his belief in himself. Sometimes when you miss that first one, you see a lot of guys sag and they can't make the next one. Not in this case. Stepped right up like a pro.
So holding will scratch off some of that return.
And I know fans get frustrated when they see penalties of this sort on kick returns, but it is difficult to do it right against these moving targets at full speed. Hard to do.
On 1st and 10, Mayfield. Eluding the pressure right. Incomplete. Josh Gordon, the intended receiver. And that'll bring up 2nd down. A pretty good coverage there, and both of these defenses, they've had good coverage throughout this one.
No doubt about it, and in today's NFL, where we're used to a bit more scoring, this feels almost like a well-pitched game in baseball on both sides where the tension continues to build. Who's going to make the big play?
And he almost had it defensively. Could have been a game changer there in this second half. Instead, it's 3rd down.
Oh, man, that was close. The opportunity to change momentum, big play, right in his hands, unable to come down with it.
A sigh of relief, no doubt, on offense that fell harmlessly to the ground. To throw, Mayfield. Going back to Lander. This time he's got him complete. And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. The completion good for only 6, and that'll bring up 4th.
They didn't get the first down, but I have to say I do like the call. I like what they were trying to do. Try and hit your receiver on the run and see if he can pick it up. Keep it on his feet, get a little rack yardage.
Yeah, but a nice job defensively to get to him and keep him short of the first. And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. Now Brown. Good blocking there. Nearly sprung him. As it is, it'll go as a 19-yard return. And the Steelers will go on offense here, 1st and 10. Pittsburgh's offense now heading back out onto the field. And after the field goal last time, we'll see what they can get here. And at least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them wanted to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it. Way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you met fan bases that wanted that. They weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive to end with a kick, other than the extra point. That's it.
A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. And they'll run it here. And they'll work this down to the 40-yard line. Tackled there. That one good for 14 yards and a Steeler first.
Well, it certainly appears that the big guys up front have taken charge of the line of scrimmage. 2 really nice plays back-to-back. But on the defensive side of the ball, there shouldn't be any despair. Okay, they've got us a couple of times here. Hang in there, keep your composure, and try and figure it out for the next play.
Here's Bell. And little room to maneuver there. He gets it down to about the 39. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Well, they had that one sniffed out. Excellent run blitz. Stop that one for a short gain.
What makes a good run blitz a good run blitz?
The ability to stay on task, to follow up your assignment, go to the gap you're supposed to cover, and not be deterred by anything else.
We go 47. Hey, we're going right there. We're going right there. 26.
They'll go again with Bell. And he'll take this one down to the 36. Give him 3 yards, and now they're left needing a conversion here on 3rd and 6.
Let's give a lot of credit to the offensive line. They've been able to move the ball really well on the ground the entire game, and while that wasn't a huge one, that's okay. They'll take them in short, steady bursts.
And we're back now here in Cleveland. It's been a very hotly contested game to this point. Just a field goal separating these two teams as we get set for the 4th quarter. And the Steelers on 3rd down. They've hit 4 of 7. This will be 3rd and 6. Looking to throw. Prescott. Over the middle, complete. It's Hogan. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. The Steelers able to pick up 18 yards there.
You can see the time and effort and thought that they put into their passing game because it was evident right there. It looks like a simple pitch and catch, but you and I both know that they have planned for this and worked hard to make it happen.
Now they'll run it on the toss. Looking for a crease, can't find one. Stopped at the line of scrimmage. Michael Kendricks, the linebacker, there to get him down.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker, and what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
This is Bell, and he'll take this one down near the 15. It's a gain of about 3, but it's going to leave him with third and still 7 yards to go.
And that last carry puts him right at 100 yards for the game. So how has he done it? Because he's been patient, followed his blocks, let everything develop, and then burst through for big gains.
And the Steelers on third down. They've had good success, 5 for 8 to this point. This is 3rd and 7.
Right there, over there. Right there. Here you go. Here you go, 46.
On play action, Prescott. This will be caught just inside the 10. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. The completion good for only 6, and that'll bring up 4th. One score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down.
Here we go, 47, 47. Here we go, 46, 46. Then we're going to 53.
They'll go for it with Bell. And he's not even going to come close to picking up the first. They stop him right at the line of scrimmage. They'll get neither the touchdown nor the first down. And this Browns defense stands tall. Mayfield going to lead the Browns up now, 1st and 10. They start the drive with Hyde. No gain on the play there, 2nd down. Well, I think you'd have to say defensively, these guys are doing their job pretty well, right?
Yeah, we talked about them holding them under 20 points, right, on defense. And they've done that. They've held them. The problem is their own offense hasn't answered their challenge, which was to score more.
Yeah, exactly. I remember you saying magic number was right around 20, and the offense has been the issue. You're right. And he's brought down, but not before they get it across the 20-yard line. 14 yards, and it's a Cleveland first down. Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch. First down, a run with Hyde. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down. And in this situation with the lead 4th quarter, they're liking keeping the ball on the ground, I'm sure.
That's just smart football, but you know the defense has to know it as well. They've got to stop them here. So now we're going to see that loading the box in a big way. 6, 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take, puts a little bit more pressure on your big offensive line.
Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Gordon. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. And a nice gain of 21 yards. This is something you got to be wary of defensively. I mean, just because they're in the mode of trying to burn some clock doesn't mean they won't pass it, and they got good yardage out of that one.
Yeah, and really, when you're looking at it, now they've got a fresh set of downs. Look for 2nd down. If they want to take another shot and try and loosen things up, that'd be the time to do it.
Check 26, check 26.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to bull his way forward to the 48. Well, the objective there, I mean, yes, the positive gain, that's nice, but work some clock.
Yeah, you're exactly right, but the problem for them is still within a possession, so they can't just sit on it running the ball. They have to find a way to throw it effectively as well.
Play fake. Mayfield. To the right side and complete to Njoku. And he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line.
Well, they're unable to convert that into much, but it's never a bad idea to try to get the ball into a tight end of his caliber's hands and see what kind of disruption he can cause.
This is 3rd and 2. Maybe the biggest play in this football game. Working out of the gun. Mayfield. The deep ball for Duck. He's got it at the 15. And this defense here going to burn their second timeout. But you can also factor in another timeout that they'll get when the clock stops at the 2-minute warning. And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. And back to the ground. Hyde. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. And now here comes the 3rd of their timeouts. Defensively. So they'll be left with only the 2-minute warning to stop it from here on out. The stop for no gain brings up 2nd and 10 from the 20. Again, it's Hyde. And he'll take this into the end zone. Now, hold on here. We do have a flag down. So let's see what this is about. They'll come up now on a 2nd and long after the hold. Following the penalty, it's Hyde. And he stopped immediately there. No gain on the play this time, and it'll be a 3rd and long situation coming up. Time for a break. We'll come back, see what transpires after this. Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is 3rd and long. From the shotgun, it's Mayfield. Flush to his right. He's going to run, but he's got a long way to go. He's got a man wide open. It's Landry. So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
And that is no good. And this score will stay right where it is. Boy, a 3rd miss of the game right there. By rights, they could be high and dry right now, but instead, this is still a ball game.
And defensively here, you can't let this affect you. You've got to go out and do your job, not worry about someone else's.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10.
Here we go, 46.
Back to throw. He's going to let it fly. That's caught inside the 20. And 5. It's a big play there for the Steelers. And even 60 yards. Only way to get the lead here, of course, with a touchdown. And that's what they're gunning for on 1st and goal. Now Bell. And he maneuvers his way down to the 3-yard line. And now a timeout called defensively by the Browns. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. So the ball position now at the 3. Here's 2nd and goal. They come up in an offset eye. They'll try and run it in with Bell. And he'll keep working toward that end zone as he's down to about the 2-yard line. And now the Browns are going to take another timeout. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. A big play to start the drive got him in this position, but this defense has held firm since, and now it's 3rd and goal. Here's a run with Mixon, and this one will wind up with him losing yardage back to the 4-yard line. And now we're going to get a timeout here called by the defense. That'll be their 3rd and final stoppage here as we step aside. And Boswell's kick is good. And that will tie this game here in the final minute of play. So a big kick to get this back to even. Now the worry is, did you leave too much time on the clock? Because another field goal the other way, that does you in.
You're exactly right. You didn't get it to overtime yet. So now as a defense, you've got to think to yourself, you can't play prevent defense and just give up big chunks of yardage in front of you. But you also can't let anyone behind you. So you sit right on the line between the two, play the best defense you can, and not make it easy for them to move the ball downfield.
Mayfield going to lead the Browns up now, 1st and 10. Mayfield to throw. Looking deep for Gabriel. He's got a man, complete. And that's a touchdown as they've broken our tie here in the final minute of the 4th. Might be seeing that one on the highlight shows tonight. The home run ball here in the 4th quarter to take the lead.
There's nothing like being aggressive, preaching that to your team, and then following through. All the way through. Go ahead and throw one more up there. Why not?
Been a great game, and we are not done yet. Gonzalez now to kick this one away. On the return is Henderson. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32-yard line. The final score now from that game at Lambeau. And it's the Giants that wound up winning that one. If they can hold on to that lead to the end, it would up their win total to 7. He'll look to throw. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out, incomplete.
Work with me, partner. Take a deep breath, because that's what they're doing down the field now. That incompletion allowed them to exhale a little bit. Get in the huddle, kind of scan the crowd, see if any celebrities are here. Relax a little bit as they start this big drive.
They'll look to throw. Out to his left. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And that will be incomplete with a clock showing 18 seconds now to go. Tried to go for the big one there on 2nd down. Now they're likely down to their final 2 plays.
And you know they've got to keep going for the big shot, right? So defensively, you play what they call top down. Nothing behind you. Make everything get completed in front.
46.
He's back to throw. And that's going to be incomplete. 12 seconds left. This defense looking impenetrable now. 3 straight incompletions. They're giving him nowhere to go with the football. Maybe a little frustrated back there.
Oh, there's no doubt about it. When you've missed on 3 straight, there's going to be some frustration. But now he's got to make sure that that frustration is temporary, not lingering. Big throw coming up.
Desperation time. Prescott on 4th. Flushed out right. Prescott stripped. And the offense will get this one back. Boy, that could have been catastrophic at this late stage of the game, but they avoid disaster. A gain of 12 on 4th and 10, just enough for the conversion, and defensively an opportunity slips away. Well, going into the final play of this game, they knew that they needed some type of a miracle there at the very end, but they couldn't get it done. However, we were treated to really a spectacular affair.
Even though they didn't finish it off, you're exactly right. They took us down to the last play. We're still, you were wondering, could it happen? Possibly, even though we both knew it was a long shot.
So for Cleveland, they continue to be one of the best teams around as they move to 10-2. And they will hit the road next week to take on the Tennessee Titans. Meanwhile, for the Steelers, they fall to 6-6 now on the campaign. And they will get a home date next week as they will take on the Buffalo Bills. So for our entire crew, alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Thanks for watching, everybody. We'll see you next time.
My posse deep and I raiding. We act a fool for the paper. Had a dream and I made it. Camino on Dayton's. Bitches guess over bait. Put the bread on me. Bet on my bacon. Big it flat in the bacon. I might just roll out today. I might just roll out to Vegas. Head back to my old ways. Cop a roof for all day. Look at me, baby. Look at me, baby. Don't I look like a million? I'm about to clean out the safe. Don't I look like somebody that just be bodying everything? All that talking is great, but I don't be talking. I air it out. All the problems have gotten easy to bury. I'd rather kiss on my... I've been broke way longer than I've been rich, so until it levels out, I'ma take mama to the Marriott. Took me so long to get it, gonna spread it out. Let them know all about me when I'm dead and gone. One in the hand, one in the bag, bubble. One in the hand, one in the bag, bubble. Look at the cash, look at the cash, bubbling. Look at the cash, bubbling. One in the hand, one in the hand, one in the hand, one in the bag, bubbling. Look at the cash, look at the cash, bubbling. Look at the cash, bubbling. I'm gonna need all the fries you can give me, all the hot sauce, all the pie you can give me. Better be all or nothing, don't have me in the middle. You better be all you can, yeah. Super fly for the dumbos, plenty slides like a shuffle. Hit the cadence on my young Isaac Hayes, Billy Ocean, but the old with the cane stick. Let my slippers at the function. It's hard to run the Gucci slides. That bet you say you didn't never. I'ma step no. Jackie Chan, no travel. Can't clean it with the beat. Dripping from the. No, Lord, not me. I can never be the one you want to stuff for. Money, that machine. Ferragamo store. R.I.P. the times that I was broke. Acting like a 9/11 folks. Matte black, liquor clean. Dead places in and I'm a local. Cooking up canard. Waiting for the antidote. Running out of time. Pictures thinner than a penny hoe.
Over here, empty your pockets. I don't do that. You might press me. You do what I tell you. Get over here. Who's gonna get this?
One in the hand, one in the bag, bubbling. One in the hand, one in the bag, bubbling. Look at the cash, look at the cash, bubbling. Look at the cash, bubbling. One in the hand, one in the hand, one in the hand, one in the bag, bubbling. Look at the cash, look at the cash, bubbling. Look at the cash, bubbling.
I let my birds come out. Soon as I got seats in there, I'm on your turf again. This, that, you from the back of the. I got a girl, Brad. She go to battle. LED logo the tag. I go in back of the. They all from that. My diamonds, they all look at. This. that. I go to bed on bed. I got the beam on the flats. I got it in the back. Haters, they talk the chat. They step on the rock, the man. I'm a K-back. 400K. I found out where you lay at. I got the lurking and they hate cats. Pockets stay fat. I got the from the block and they scamming, they know what banks at. I got the work on the avenue, they know what tanks at. I got the that live in the mansion, they know what that. I got some that's up in the jungle, they know what that. I came on top of the building, yeah, we had a plan. We came on top of the building, yeah, we never ran. Down there, thought that I had a fan. Oh, hey, any 10 o'clock, got a flight out, yeah, I'm going back out to Japan. I got 2 Billy truck and a bitch door with a land. Bruce Wayne, I'm Batman. Batman, I'm best man. I got my best man. I go to hotels when I step out, yeah, your boy got a doorman. I go to nightclubs with yeah, they call me the madman. I ain't no madman, I just go crazy, man. Ball hard, can't face, man. Choppers, rip wasteland. This what happens when you give it a taste life, then you give it a wasteland. This what happens when you give it a fake life, then the ape in. I like when birds come out. Sounds like I see it now. Hey, I'm on your turf again. This, that, you from the back of the I got a girl, Brad. She go to battle, I like when birds come out. Sounds like I see it now. Hey, I'm on your turf again. This, that, you from the back of the I got a girl, Brad. She go to battle.